Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. If you have not been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. You guys know what is up with that. So I'm a makeup addict and makeup lover, whatever you'd like to call me. I cover everything here on my channel from drugstore all the way up to luxury and makeup products. I do some fashion and skincare videos as well. So if you think that's something you would be interested in, make sure you do hit that red subscribe button down below as well as the bell notification, because you guys know I'm not the most freaking uploader. I tell you in every video, and that'll keep you up to date with my videos. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about and applying the new Charlotte Beautiful Skin Foundation. So this guy right here, this is the packaging on her. I did go ahead and pick up the shade 3 Neutral. I do usually do the 3 Cool, but I've been pulling for more neutral foundations lately and I've really been loving them. So I did go ahead and decide on 3 Neutral. So this is what it looks like. But if you guys are interested in seeing my full thoughts on this, I've worn this for a couple days, so it is going to be a full review, and we are going to do a wear test, but if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm not going to lie, I originally filmed this with no makeup on, but I didn't like the footage, so I ended up deciding to refilm my intro as well as this kind of section leading up to the application. But you will get to see my skin, obviously, when I'm applying it, so you know, you're gonna get to see my skin, and you've watched me apply foundation before on my channel, so you know what I look like. Just to give you some background, I am normal to dry. I do have a few dry patches just in this area and on my forehead and right around here. My nose tends to be my problem area, but my skin typically is pretty normal. I don't have really large pores or anything like that. I like to kind of preference my videos with talking a little bit about my skin before I get into a foundation review, so you know what to expect. I did watch one video on this foundation for a review. I've decided to kind of watch a couple oily skin reviews because I am not oily skin and it's hard for me to speak on whether this foundation works for you. I do follow Allie Dawson here on YouTube, and I'm going to put her video down below. She is really oily and she had some thoughts on this one. So it's not only just about, I know for oily skin, about it making you oily, it's if you can actually touch it up through the day and have it not break up. And she does mention that this foundation held up for her really well. It made her super greasy, but she was able to use something to kind of remedy that. You know what I mean? Throughout the day, blotting paper, powder, the Revlon roller, and it was still intact. It wasn't all broken up on her face. So I thought that was kind of a positive. If you are oily skin, definitely check that video out because I think it's worth watching. I'm only speaking on normal to dry because that is kind of my area of expertise, if you will. And I'm not an expert, but you know, I try a lot of foundations. But yeah, I've been trying this for a couple days now. This is not a first impression by any means. I've tried it about 3 days now. This is gonna be my 4th time trying it. I will say I've tried it with just the magic cream underneath, which is what I typically do for my foundations. I really do like that as a moisturizer and a moisturizing primer. So I'll link that down below. I love it. It's expensive, but it is a really beautiful cream. Now, I did put that on today, but I did also wear the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. That one isn't silicone-based, but it's like a silicone primer. Now, this is water-based, so you may want to avoid some silicone-based primers as they typically don't work together well. I will say I did pair this with the Hailey's Beauty one just to test them out, and that one's more silicone-based, and it worked fine. So just as an FYI, if you have that one, I actually found that one worked really well with this. But typically you want to steer clear of mixing those two together because obviously water repels things like silicone. But you don't really necessarily have to wear a primer with this. I'm not a big primer person. Like I said, I typically just put on a moisturizer. I do have lots of primers, but I don't always find they do much for me. Maybe it's just my skin type. Again, I don't have large pores or anything like that. I do have pores, but they're just not super large. But let me bring you some of the claims on this. So this is supposed to be a medium coverage, light as air foundation infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid and brightening rose complex. Skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow, a brighter, smoother looking complexion. So this is supposed to be infused with skincare benefits. I don't necessarily ever really believe the skincare benefits claim. Maybe if you use this constantly, but even still, just stick to your normal skincare. I mean, it's not bad to have skincare ingredients in a product, but I don't think it's like necessarily needed, but it's something to mention. It does say it has undetectable coverage, clinically proven results, whatever that means. I see that on a lot of foundations. Boost hydration, Skin looks plumper and smoother. Skin tone looks more even. It also says it minimizes the appearance of pores, reduces the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots over time, and skin appears instantly brighter. Okay, so I will kind of get into more of my thoughts on this. I don't necessarily think this is the most smoothing product without a powder. I don't know if I believe that claim. I don't think it's bad. I don't really care because I tend to set my foundation, but I don't think this is super smoothing, and I also don't think this is pore covering or pore minimizing. I do think it looks pretty. I think it looks really glowy, plumping on the skin, definitely like hydrating. But again, this is a dewy one, and you will see when I try this on. And even still, I've had this foundation on a while and it's set with powder, and you can see that it definitely provides like a natural glow to the skin. And I think if that's what you're looking for, which you probably are with this foundation, then you're definitely going to get that. I personally really like that about this. Now, one thing I will say, this does really remind me of the Estee Lauder Futurist foundation, not only in the packaging, like it has kind of the same similar packaging, but also kind of in how it looks on the skin. I will say that one I feel is a little bit higher coverage than this one. And also I feel like that one it's dewy, but I don't feel like it's as dewy throughout the day as this one is. So some of you may prefer that one more. It's just really going to depend. I don't think you need both. I think if you have that one, you're probably set. But I do like this. And I mean, I'm glad to test it out for you guys. I like Charlotte Tilbury. I like both of her foundations I've tried. The Light Wonder, as well as the matte one, the Airbrush Flawless Finish, is it? Yeah, that one. I really like that one. So I don't know. I'm going to go into the application of trying this one, and you guys can see how it looks on me. But so far over the last couple days, this has been wearing well on me, and I've really been enjoying it. I really wanted to do a video though and review it, show you the application, and we are going to do that wear test. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into application. But anyways, I'm going to have some coffee before we start this application. Okay guys, so I scooched a little bit closer to you. I'm gonna go in with the Sigma. This is just an F80, but it's the Ambiance collection, the gold sparkly one, because, you know, I like sparkle. And I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna put about that much on my foundation brush for the time being. I'm gonna go in and start dotting it kind of around my skin. Kind of like that. That's what I usually do to make sure I have enough product on all of my skin. My face, whatever you want to say. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit here. I'm going to be careful of my brows. I thought I was like taking Dale to his grandmother's today, but my husband got up later for work, so he ended up offering to take him, but I put brows on because I hate going anywhere without brows. It like really bothers me. I'm gonna put a little bit under my eyes. I typically don't do that, but I'm gonna put a little bit today. I'm gonna go light on concealer so you can see the actual foundation. I'm just gonna take a little bit. You can see this is a really great match for me. Again, this is 3 neutral. Really great match for me. I think if I order any more of her foundations, I will do 3 natural. I just have a mirror over here I'm kind of looking at, because I was looking at the viewfinder, which I typically do, and it probably drives people crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that's with one layer. Do we need to turn this up a little bit? Okay, I think it's good. Okay, so that is what my skin is looking like. You can still see my freckles peeking through a little bit. So I would say it's like light to medium upon first application, but it does definitely look like healthy, glowy skin. And it is, like I said, it is a dewier foundation. I don't think necessarily you'll love it if you're oily, but it did hold up for Ali. So maybe it's worth checking out if you want something like this. But I do think it looks nice. It looks pretty good in the nose area. It's not like, my nose area is never great. I don't know. I hate my nose. I feel like it always is the worst part of my face for foundation. So I don't know. It is what it is. We're gonna go in with another little bit, just there. I'm gonna put about that much on there. And I'm gonna put that back on my desk. And we're just gonna go in on this area because I like to build my coverage right in this area of my face. So we're really going to stipple this in. Now you can, if you want to melt this even more into your skin, go in with a sponge. I'll tell you, I like to actually take the foundation brush, which I use sometimes with this foundation as well, but the one from BK Beauty, sometimes I just like to take that and push product more into my skin. I like this one though for blending this product out, so that's why I'm using this brush today. But you can see that definitely built the coverage. Again, you can still see my skin peeking through, but I do really like that about this product. Like, it has coverage, but you still feel like it's your skin, which I do really like. I think it looks nice. It is a thicker texture for sure. It has that kind of moisture, it's that kind of moisturizer feel to it, which there is skincare in here, so I'm not like totally surprised by that, but just so you know, it does have a thicker texture, kind of like a moisturizer, but it does blend out nicely, and I haven't had any issues on my end with it breaking apart too badly throughout the day. I'm gonna do a wear test so you guys can see what it looks like, but I have been liking this one. I really have. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. Again, very healthy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm gonna do my concealer, my powder, a little something on my eyes, and then we'll come back and you can see kind of how it looks finished. All right guys, so I am back with everything applied. This is how the product is looking. I know I did a basic look, but I really just want to show my skin off. I do think it's nice, it's healthy, has that dewy kind of look to it. I do think it looks nice and smooth on the skin. Now I will say I use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I like that for a lightweight powder. If you are oily, I think you would need something more heavy duty, obviously, but I am not someone that gets oily at all. So this one works great for me, and it still lets the kind of glow of my skin and the foundation come through. Now, I will say prior to powdering, I don't think this is the most smoothing product. I also don't think this is the most pore minimizing product. I think a powder really assists the foundation in that. So those claims I don't necessarily agree with. I think if you watch Allie's video, you'll see too, she tried to build up coverage. She has large pores, and you could really see her pores the more she built this up. So I don't necessarily think those claims are true. I don't have large pores, so I didn't really notice that. But I also didn't notice with the ones I have that it made them look like less there without like a primer. So I don't know about those claims. And again, I don't know about the skincare claims. I would need to wear this like exclusively all the time, which on my end is probably not going to happen. You may be someone that buys this and wears it all the time though, so it may have benefits for you. But I can't speak to that, obviously. I've only tried it a few times before doing this video, but I do think it looks nice, plump, healthy. I would agree with a medium coverage. I don't think you can build it more than that, but I think it looks good at this point. Everything applies nicely over top of it. I never have any issues with applying product over top. Just for reference, I use the Anastasia of Beverly Hills concealer under my under eyes, and I just put a little bit on my nose area. The Sephora Micro Smooth Powder I used all over and under my eyes. I used the KVD Vegan Beauty, one of the, what are they called? The shadow sticks? What are they called? Anyways, one of the little cream shadows. I used the shade Hail Surge. And then my mascara is Rare Beauty. My eyebrows are the NYX Lift and Snatch Eyebrow Pen. And my lips are one of the Melt Cosmetics lip liners in Caffeine. And then I have the lip shade, what is this lip shade that I have on? Okay, it's the shade Runway Royalty by Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of the new kissing formulas that she came out with the nudes collection. So that's what I have on my lips over the liner. Really, really pretty shade, by the way. But yeah, besides that, my cheeks are the By Terry blush palette. And then my bronzer is actually the L'Oreal Lumi bronzer, the light one. And then my highlight is actually the Maybelline highlighter in Knockout. That was a collaboration with Puma. Really pretty freaking highlighter. No one talks about it. It's beautiful. But anyways, that's mostly what I have on my skin. I like how it's looking. Try to give you a little bit of close-ups of this. I think it looks great on my forehead area. I've liked it basically every time I've worn this. So I'm going to wear test it though for you guys so you can see what it looks like at the 6 hour and the 8 hour mark. And that'll finish up the video. So I will see you guys in a little bit. So I completely forgot to like show you the foundation in natural lighting. So I'm just standing in front of my back door window right now. I'm actually watching it snow. Yeah, it's totally snowing out. It is what it is. But yeah, I have been wearing this for about 2.5 hours, so not that long, but I thought I would come on and just show you what it looks like in natural lighting. And also like after 2 hours of wear. I really like this one. I think I like this because it looks so like healthy on my skin. I feel like if you are a more mature skin type as well, now I'm 37, so I'm on the mature side, but I feel like if you are more mature, this is a great one. It kind of goes into my lines like nicely. Like I don't feel like it looks like really exaggerated, I guess you could say. And I like the glow. I like the healthy glow. I like how it looks on my skin. I don't feel like it's too dewy, even though this is dewy. Again, I don't get dewy, but yeah, I'm liking this one. Liking it. I will say, I set my under eye area not with a loose powder. I use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, which I like for all over my face, but I tried it under my eyes today, and I'm not crazy about it under my eyes. I prefer like a loose powder under my eyes, which I know is different for most people. Most people prefer a pressed powder. I don't. I prefer a pressed powder, though, sometimes on my face, but don't love that on my under eyes. But everything else looks great. I mean, this is about the foundation. It looks good around my nose area. I've just been really working at home, so I'm not doing anything strenuous, but so far so good. No wear. Looks really nice. And yeah, I wanted to show it to you in natural lighting, and I will see you again in a few hours. Okay guys, so I am here for my last check-in. It's been about 9 hours now, so a little over the 8-hour mark. I thought I would give it just the extra hour so you guys could see how it's looking. I think overall it's still looking pretty good. I have lost coverage around here. Not so much on the side. I feel like it's because I always put my hand on the side. That's why I tend to lose coverage right there. But my nose, I've only lost a little bit. It still looks pretty good. Pretty good right there. Again, a little bit around my mouth area where I've eaten. And I'd say I have a patch up here, so don't hold it against this. But I have a patch up here that always, like, it just doesn't keep coverage. I'm not sure what's going on there. And I've probably lost a little bit, I think, along my hairline. It definitely looks a little bit more makeup-y here, but other than that, I think it held up pretty good. Similar to other days, I will say after this point, when you go into the 10-12 hours, I do find that you lose more coverage with this one. So I think it's more of like an 8 to 10-hour wear. Anything over that, you're really going to start to lose coverage on this one. So just know that I do have foundations that last longer than this one, but this one's decent for me, and it doesn't make me not want to wear it. I think this would be great to try to mix into other products as well if you want to make them more dewy. So there's that, but yeah. And I will say, I do think it oxidizes slightly the longer you wear it. I think it's a little bit darker than when I first put it on, but just a smidge. And I just really noticed that like the last couple times wearing it, so I thought I would mention it. But other than that, again, I like this one. I mentioned I liked it at the beginning of the video. I still like it. I'll continue to wear it. I'll update you if I need to, but I think that's my full review on it because I have been trying it for a few days. If you guys did like the video, make sure you do, of course, hit that like button down below, the thumbs up button. It really does help my channel out. Even if you think it doesn't, it really does quite a bit. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.